If you are anything like me, you have probably tried to use the bathroom in peace, only to find a wet nose, forcefully nudging the door open. Or maybe you have put on your shoes for work, only to realize one of your socks has been mysteriously dragged into a dog bed. Or perhaps you have sat down on the couch after a long day, and before you can even exhale, a heavy, furry body collapses directly onto your legs, trapping you there for the rest of the evening. Sometimes, sharing our lives with a dog feels like living with a fuzzy, boundary-ignoring shadow. I used to just laugh it off. Or if I was having a stressful day, I would even get a little frustrated. I would think, can I just get a few minutes to myself? We call them clingy. We call them needy. But then, I learned what was actually happening inside that beautiful, chaotic little mind of theirs. I started looking at the science behind their everyday habits, and it completely broke my heart in the best way possible. I promise you, once you hear this, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Welcome to Petpsyche. Grab a cup of coffee, or pull your furry best friend up onto the couch with you. Today, we are going to look at 14 beautiful, scientifically confirmed ways our dogs are desperately trying to say I love you. We are going to turn those silly, annoying daily habits into the purest declarations of devotion. And please, stay with me until sign number 1, because it is something we do with our dogs every single day, completely unaware of the massive amount of trust they are giving us. Let us decode their hearts together. Sign 14, the full body anchor. Let us start with that moment in the kitchen. You are standing there washing dishes, and your dog comes over and just presses their entire body weight against your legs. You almost trip, and you have to awkwardly shuffle around them. It feels like they are just being lazy and using you as a leaning post. But in the canine world, this is the emotional equivalent of a full body hug. When our dogs lean on us, they are actively seeking the physical reassurance of our presence. By pressing their weight against you, they are telling their nervous system that they are safe, grounded, and protected by their favorite person in the whole world. You are their physical anchor in a big, scary, unpredictable world. Next time they do it, do not step away. Just lean back. Sign 13, the scent thief. This one used to drive me absolutely crazy. We all know the frustration of coming home and finding our favorite sweater, or a dirty sock, chewed up and tucked away under the bed. It feels like they are acting out because we left them alone. But before you get angry, look at the science of how they experience the world. Dogs process everything through smell, and to them, your unique scent is a biological comfort blanket. When you are gone and the house is terribly quiet, stealing your unwashed clothes is not an act of rebellion. It is an act of deep, aching longing. They are dragging your things into their bed to build a little nest out of your scent, because holding on to your items makes them feel like you are still right there, beside them. Sign 12, the pure love snuggle. We all joke that our dogs only love us because we feed them. And yes, dogs are highly food motivated. We know they will act like our absolute best friend when we are holding a piece of chicken. But the true test of a dog's heart happens after the bowl is completely empty. If your dog finishes their dinner, licks their chops, and then immediately comes over to cuddle with you on the couch, that is incredibly profound. They are proving that their affection is not transactional. They are showing you that they do not just love you as a magical food dispenser. They genuinely love you for your company. Sign 11, the empathy yawn. Picture this, it is late at night. You are watching television, and you let out a big yawn. A second later, your dog, resting beside you, yawns right back. We know contagious yawning happens between humans when we feel connected, but science shows it actually crosses species lines between humans and dogs too. It is driven by mirror neurons in the brain. A dog that yawns when you yawn is deeply, emotionally attuned to your state of being. It is a biological demonstration of empathy. They love you so much that their internal rhythm is literally syncing up with yours. Sign 10, the oxytocin stare. If you look at wild animals, prolonged, direct eye contact is almost always a threat or a challenge. It means danger. But over thousands of years of living by our fires, dogs have evolved to look into our eyes for comfort. When your dog comes up to you, sits down, and just stares softly into your eyes, something magical happens. Studies have confirmed that this simple, quiet act triggers a massive release of oxytocin, the love hormone, in both your brain and your dog's brain. It is a silent, chemical embrace. They are literally hugging your soul with their eyes. Sign 9, the cortisol crash. You walk through the front door, and your dog loses their mind with joy. They spin in circles, they cry, they run to bring you a toy. We usually just call this the zoomies, or excess energy. But here is what is happening chemically. Throughout the day, while you were gone, their stress hormone, cortisol, slowly built up in their system. They were worrying about you. The exact moment they see your face, their brain releases a massive flood of dopamine, crashing that stress down to zero. You are not just coming home, you are the biological cure to their anxiety. Your presence brings them ultimate peace. Sign 8, the left brow lift. This is one of my favorite little secrets. You have to look really closely to catch it. Researchers in Japan used high-speed cameras to track the facial expressions of dogs when they were reunited with their owners versus when they met strangers. They discovered that when a dog sees a person they truly, deeply love, they unconsciously raise their eyebrows, specifically the left eyebrow. It is a subtle, completely uncontrollable micro-expression of pure joy. The next time you walk into a room, watch their sweet face. That tiny little twitch is a declaration of love they cannot even hide. Sign 7, the right-sided wag. We tend to think that any wagging tail means a happy dog, but a wagging tail just means a dog is emotionally stimulated, which could mean excitement, but it could also mean anxiety or fear. However, neuroscientists found something amazing. Because the left hemisphere of the brain controls positive emotions and also controls the right side of the body, a dog that loves you will wag their tail with a distinct, noticeable bias toward the right side. If that tail leans right when you speak their name, you know their heart is completely yours. Sign 6, the sacred offering. You are sitting at your desk, trying to work, and your dog comes up and drops a slobbery, torn-up stuffed animal right onto your lap. You might sigh and think, "Not right now, buddy, I do not have time to play." But please, pause for a second. In wild pack dynamics, giving up a highly valued resource is the ultimate sign of submission, trust, and affection. They are offering you their most prized possession in the world. They are saying, "This silly little toy brings me so much joy, and because you are my family, I want to share this joy with you." It is a beautiful gift wrapped in fuzzy love. Sign 5, the pack groomer. We often find it a little gross when our dogs constantly lick our hands, our arms, or our feet. We pull away and tell them to stop. But take a step back and think about a mother dog. When she loves her newborn puppies, she licks them constantly to keep them clean and to soothe their fragile nervous systems. Grooming is how pack members bond and care for one another. When your dog licks you, they are performing a maternal, deeply caring action. They are trying to groom you because they view you as a cherished, irreplaceable member of their family. Sign 4, the den defender. Sleep is the absolute most vulnerable state any living creature can enter. In the wild, resting your eyes in the wrong place could be fatal. When your dog chooses to curl up at the foot of your bed, or sleeps pressed tightly against your back, taking up all the room, they are honoring an ancient survival instinct. Out of every quiet, comfortable corner in your entire house, they made the active choice to sleep next to you. They are telling you that your presence is the only thing that makes them feel completely secure. Sign 3, the silent sentinel. You are reading a book in the living room, and your dog is resting on the rug in the hallway. Every few minutes, without getting up, they just lift their head, look at you, and then put their head back down with a little sigh. Or when you are walking them off leash, they constantly glance back over their shoulder at you. They are acting as your silent sentinel. They are visually tracking you just to make sure the pack is still together and that you are safe. It is an incredibly pure form of love disguised as quiet, gentle vigilance. Sign 2, the bathroom bodyguard. The classic dog owner joke. Once you get a dog, you never get to use the bathroom alone ever again. It feels so invasive and annoying. But let us change our mindset. To a dog, a closed door dividing the family is unnatural and terrifying. In their mind, when you go into a small room and close the door behind you, you are trapped and vulnerable. They follow you not to annoy you, but to stand guard. They sit there staring at you, saying, "I will not let anything happen to you while you are in there." It is absolute, unwavering devotion. Sign 1, the crown of trust. And here we are at the final, most important sign of all. Every single day, you probably reach your hand down and pat your dog affectionately on the top of their head. We do it without even thinking. But in canine body language, a hand reaching down over the head is a dominant, terrifying, and threatening gesture. A dog will instinctively dodge, flinch, or cower from a stranger trying to do this. If your dog closes their soft eyes, leans their weight up into your hand, and lets you stroke the top of their head, you have achieved the absolute holy grail of animal psychology. They have completely surrendered their deepest defensive instincts. Why? Because their trust in you is absolute. They know your hands will only ever bring them love. When we look back at all these little behaviors, the stolen socks, the bathroom stalking, the heavy leaning, The slobbery toys, we realize something so beautiful, it brings tears to my eyes. Our dogs are never really misbehaving. They are just trying to love us in the only language they know. Living with them is such a profound privilege. They trade their wild instincts for the warmth of our homes, and in return, they give us every single ounce of their big, pure hearts. Of course, not every dog will show all 14 signs. A rescue dog with a hard past might never want their head touched, and that is perfectly okay. Love looks different for every soul. Just remember to always watch their behavior closely, because sudden changes, like a cuddly dog suddenly hiding away, are usually their quiet way of telling us they do not feel well physically. I would absolutely love to hear from our Petpsyche community today. Which of these 14 signs does your sweet dog do the most? Are they a bathroom bodyguard or a notorious sock thief? Please, share your favorite stories about your furry best friend in the comments below. Reading them is my favorite part of the week. If this video helped heal your heart and change the way you see your dog's daily habits, please hit that subscribe button. We are here every week, sharing stories and decoding the incredible, loving minds of the pets who make our lives complete. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and tonight, let them steal one more sock. They truly deserve it.